evening. Good evening. I would like to introduce Dana Jetter, Senior Class President, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Welcome, flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Terry Holden, Principal of Winton Woods High School. It is my distinct honor to stand before you to begin the 23rd annual commencement ceremony of Winton Woods High School. I would like to start by introducing honored guests with us this evening. To my left on stage is Winton Woods City School Superintendent, Mr. Anthony Smith. Next are members of the Winton Woods City School Board of Education, Board President Mrs. Kim Burns, Board Vice President Mr. Tim Cleary, and board members Dr. Viola Johnson, Mrs. Jessica Miranda, and Mr. John Pennycuff. In the second row to my left, our district administrators who are sharing in this celebration this evening. Ms. Patty Darcy, Director of Student Services. Mrs. Diana Whitehead, Special Education Supervisor. Ms. Emily Harmon, Special Education Supervisor. Mrs. Linda Pavlinak, Winton Woods Elementary and Intermediate Assistant Principal. Mr. Jeremy Day, Winton Woods Intermediate Principal. Mrs. Kim Harrison Fowler, Winton Woods Middle School Assistant Principal, and Mr. Doug Sanker, Winton Woods Middle School Principal. To my right is the high school administrative team. Assistant Principals Mr. David Lumpkin, Miss Amber Strasser, and Mr. Craig Filipkowski. Next is Mrs. Brenda Hodges Davis, Director of Alternative Education for the district. Next to her is Dr. Valerie Hawkins, Assistant Dean at Scarlet Oaks. She represents our graduates who attend Scarlet Oaks Career and Vocational Center. And next to Dr. Hawkins is incoming high school principal, Mr. Eric Martin. In the second row to my right are additional district administrators here with us this evening. First, we have Senior Class Advisor, Mrs. Allison Roy. We have the high school counseling team, Mr. Kevin Jones, Mrs. Evelyn Gibfried, Mrs. Kimberly Goings, and Mr. Byron Trapp. Mrs. Rhonda Hobbs is Director of Technology for the district. And Mrs. Courtney Wilson is Executive Director of Human Resources and Legal Affairs. We like to talk a lot at Winton Woods about family, and as we are a warrior family, seated on the floor in a final show of love and support, are 44 members of the Winton Woods High School faculty. At the request of the class of 2014, the following Winton Woods teachers will read the names of graduates as they receive their diplomas. Mrs. Jennifer Henson, Mr. Donald Gillespie, Mrs. Lisby Hanna, Mr. Dave Bell, and Miss Heather Thompson. To put an event like a high school commencement together takes a lot of work. The success of tonight is a result of a coordinated effort from a highly dedicated team. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank the faculty and staff of Winton Woods High School, again, many of whom are here in attendance this evening. Specifically, I want to thank the following individuals whose direct contributions have been critical to the success of this ceremony. Mrs. Carol Miller, Mrs. Pat Weisty, Mrs. Tony Patterson, Mrs. Diana Barrett, Mrs. Linda Schultz, Mrs. Molly Linville, Mrs. Connie Irby, and Mrs. Cheryl Edwards. Those are the high school staff, office staff. I want to thank Mrs. Lisby Hanna for her work with the a cappella ensemble who will perform this evening. And then Mr. Felipe Morales Torres, Orchestra Director, and the Winton Woods High School Orchestra. Seniors, in attendance tonight are your parents and grandparents, your brothers and sisters, your aunties and your uncles, cousins and friends. Each of these individuals has played an important role in helping you reach your goal of high school graduation. Most important in this group are your parents, whose dream of this very day is now a reality. At this time, I would like for senior parents and guardians to stand and be recognized. Seniors, please show them your appreciation of their love and support for you. I would be remiss if I did not recognize some of our graduates who will leave us and serve their country in the United States Armed Services. Seniors, if you are entering the military, please stand and be recognized. Graduates, my friends, tonight is a special night for us. Tonight's graduation is the first formal milestone in what I hope for you will be a lifetime of milestones and accomplishments. For me, this evening's ceremony is my last official duty as high school principal. Sometimes it's the desire of speakers at graduation ceremonies to impart some nugget of wisdom or mirror of self-reflection to graduates. Although I have been thinking for a long time about what to say to you tonight, I'm not sure I have either for you. Last weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, was very difficult for me. You see, one of my very dear and close friends passed early Sunday morning from a 3-year battle with ovarian cancer. While that's tremendously sad, I take solace from her story. She knew her disease was terminal, yet she was not bitter. She did not waste any moment. I am a better person today for knowing her and having her in my life. I get great strength and comfort from her example. It makes me smile because my friend loved to dance. She loved to dance. In her home, displayed in a frame, was this quote: "Live life fully in your truth. Embrace each moment. Laugh loudly and often. Love deeply. Forget to be afraid. Get over it and on with it. And always dance. I tell you this story because dance, for me, is a metaphor. I love to dance. I dance when I'm happy. Sometimes I dance when I'm sad. As I said, my friend and I, we danced a lot. You know, the term dance means a type of art that involves a movement of the body, typically to music. Historically, dance has been a very important part of ceremonies, religion, rituals, probably since the beginning of time. It, of course, then was very apropos that one of the Winton Woods a cappella selections at Senior Reflections carried the same sentiment. The seniors in the Winton Woods High School a cappella ensemble on Tuesday performed a version of what I know as Leanne Womack's I Hope You Dance. The lyrics in this song are powerful. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. When I think of dancing, another song comes readily to mind, and that is the Shaker hymn that is often performed at Sunday service called Lord of the Dance. Lord of the Dance is completely metaphorical. So dance in this song represents Christ. Dance in this song represents life. And I know that many of you are churchgoers. So I want to read some of these lyrics from Lord of the Dance. I danced on a Friday when the sky turned black. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back. They buried my body and they thought I'd gone, but I am the dance and I still go on. Dance then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. And I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. Tonight, I have really no wisdom for you. I could tell you to get a good education, get a great job, maximize what you've been given. Those things are all important, but they are not most important. They are not what I want for you. I simply hope that what I have learned from my friend, how to be a better person, I hope that's what you've learned from me during your time at Winton Woods. Plan for the future, but live in the present. Always, always, always stand up for what you believe. Anthony Thompson. Live your passion. Have faith in the unseen. When bad things happen, grieve, vent, cry, but then get over it and get on with it. Life is always a series of choices. Make your own thoughtful decisions, live your life in your truth, and both literally and figuratively dance. Congratulations, it's been my honor. Thank you. We will now hear parting words from the class of 2014 Valedictorian, Salutatorian, and selected student speaker.
I'm Jordan Leary. I'm the valedictorian. Fellow graduates, as I stand before you today, the main thing running through my head is that we made it. This day is finally here after 13 long years. For some of you, this is nothing new. For others, it means that you beat the odds and can proudly say that you did what others told you was impossible. Whether you are the former or the latter, I think it's safe to say that we are all proud to be walking across the stage tonight. All of us have had different experiences in these past 4 years. Some of us involve ourselves in sports, some in music, some in various extracurricular activities, and some of us in all three or none of the above. While we have all had our different experiences, we can all relate to the anticipation we have felt towards this day. Some of us have had the time of our lives here and are slightly sad that it's over, and others have been counting down the days until we could leave since the beginning of freshman year, only wanting the speech to end so we can hurry up and get our diplomas. Either way, I think we can all say that we are standing eagerly on the threshold of the next stage in our lives, whether that stage be college, work, trade school, or taking a year off to figure out what you really want to do. We are ready for the next stage of our lives to begin. We should all be proud to be part of the class of 2014. While we may be the last class to not receive the AGS opportunity, we are one of the smarter classes to graduate recently. Our honors classes have always been full of students, and the AP classes have more than twice as many students than last year's graduating class did. And whether you're in advanced placement or college prep, we have shown more common sense over 4 years than some people have shown in 10. As Mary Lou Retton said, each of us has a fire in our hearts for something. It's our goal in life to find it and keep it. As we head off into the next exciting chapter of our lives, we are all trying to pursue our passions, the fire within our hearts. We go off to our own corners of the world in hot pursuit of this fire, often forgetting our past successes and mistakes in our eagerness. While we all might not remember this day, let alone the speech, try not to forget the lessons you've learned along the way in your hot pursuit of your individual passions. Remember what you can from your high school years and try to apply it to your next life. There's a very small chance that you'll regret it. And at that note, I'll stop talking and let you all get closer to receiving your diplomas. Thank you, parents, teachers, and fellow students, for everything you've done to make this night possible. Good night, class of 2014. We've earned it.
Good evening. I'm Lewis Parker, Salutatorian of class of 2014. Let me first start off by saying congratulations to all of our graduates. It takes a lot of work, dedication, and discipline to make it through these tough 4 years. Let us also not forget our teachers, for without them we would be nowhere. Parents, too, need to be thanked for always being there for us at home. The effort of all these people has truly made the class of 2014 as successful as it is. Well, now that that's out the way, is anyone else ready to move on from all this? I mean, think about it. We've been in school for what, 13 years? That's like 66,339,000 seconds. Is it finally time for us to begin using this stuff? Are we really ready for the world outside of school? Are we really ready to take on this thing called life? Yes. Yes, we are. For years, we've been listening to adults tell us the do's and the don'ts, our lefts from our rights. And you know, I think it's finally all starting to sink in. We're at that time where we're going to start making our own decisions, making our own choices, and facing the consequences of our actions. With so many paths in our lives, it's easy to get lost in wondering where we are going, whether or not we want to be a doctor or a politician or a scientist or an actor. Whatever you choose to do, I have a piece of advice, class of 2014. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Les Brown. In other words, please don't settle for being second best in life. Set high goals and always do your absolute best. No excuses. Make a plan and execute it to perfection. And if you fail, so what? We're all human. Albert Einstein got kicked out of school. Michael Jordan didn't even make his varsity high school basketball team. Shoot, I probably failed that AP Science Physics exam. Failure is something everyone goes through. I believe everyone here has the potential to achieve greatness. Whether you do or not is all up to you. I wish everyone the best of luck as we step forward into this next chapter in our life. Now is finally our time to show everyone the best we can be. Thank you.
Okay. I'm Ayanla Irby, known as Yanni. I'm not number 1 or 2 or 3. I was just the selected speaker for the graduation speech. All right. Some people might say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know y'all was, my bad. Some people might say I'm ordinary. So I'm sure you're all surprised to see me here. I'm not the smartest or the most athletic. I'm not the prettiest or the most involved. But here I stand. That's from Frozen. That's from Frozen. I was born 2 pounds, 7 ounces on Valentine's Day. Doctors were telling my mom my chance of living was 0. I was given an oxygen tube to help breathe because I couldn't do it on my own. Also, I was placed in an incubator so my weak immune system didn't have to worry about fighting off the outside germs, all while having a 3rd-degree head bleed. Miraculously, after months of prayer, I was healed. Fast forward 5 years, 10 years to now, I could play tag with my friends in elementary or chase them around the halls in middle school. I could break a school record with the JV softball team in high school. I've done all these things when my chance of being alive was 0. This is just my story, though. We all have one. Like Coach Parker making his players dread the two-a-days. Or what about Miss Cos's thespians who were exhausted in the morning because of the midnight rehearsals? And what about those seniors who were stressed over Mr. Byers' test in the morning? Or the young musicians dealing with Miss Ashbrook's unremitting direction about practicing instruments at home because, let's face it, none of us took the instruments home. I'm sorry, Miss A. Wherever you go. Whatever your story was, just think. You're about to start a new one. As John Pierpont Morgan said, the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. Now, classmates, let's not forget to thank our parents, the ones who helped us get this far. They have been here for us through it all. They've helped you to become the young man and woman you are today. No more running to mommy when someone hurts you, and no more calling daddy just because you want something. Your parents won't be there to call your professors because you're unhappy with a grade, and they won't be there to call your boss if you want a day off. You'll no longer wake up on Sunday mornings to the smell of pancakes and bacon in the morning with a big glass of orange juice to top it all off. You're a young adult now. We have to grow on our own. One of my mom's goals was to make sure I graduated. And here I am, graduating. Here we all are graduating. Also, before I move forward, we must remember to thank our teachers. They've given us something powerful in education. In particular, thank you to Dr. Holden and Mr. Bell for all the contributions these past 4 years. Both of them have given the class of 2014 amazing opportunities and memories we will never forget. So graduates, remember to use your knowledge, and don't forget to stay positive, happy, and humble. And finally, never stop loving yourself. Graduating high school is only the beginning of our story. Now it's time for us the graduates, to flip the page and start writing our next chapter to our story, and not an ordinary story. So some might say I'm ordinary, but I know I'm not, and neither are any of you. We are extraordinary, educated men and women. We are the future engineers and doctors, the future teachers and vets. We are the graduates from Winton High School. Class of 2014, here we are and here we stand.
Winton High School a cappella ensemble. Thank you.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you have. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days and they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy, all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I live. I swear I live. Oh, I swear I live. I swear I live.
Every broken bone.
I swear I live.
Every broken bone.
I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second I swear I live. I swear I live. I swear I live. I swear I live. I swear I live.
Mr. Smith, as principal, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Winton Woods High School class of 2014 for certification.
President Burns, would you join me at the podium, please? As superintendent of Winton Woods City Schools, I certify that the graduates standing before me and those in absentia have met all of the requirements established by the state of Ohio and the Winton Woods City School District Board of Education and are entitled to receive their diplomas. Thank you.
Mr. Smith, it gives me great pride to authorize the presentation of the diplomas.
At this time, we will begin the presentation of diplomas. Audience, I ask that you make sure all graduate names can be heard, because these kids deserve it.
Jordan Ashley Leary. Lewis Avery Parker, Jr. Dana Michelle Jetter. Ayanla Marie Irby. Terrell Devin Allen. Mame Sarfo Bonsu Africoma. Daniel Sunday Augustine. Letitia Renee Allen. Scott Bain Jr. Mayana Nicole Allen. Cameron Deontay Barnes. Aaliyah Janelle Almond Kemper. Austin Jarrell Barrett. Kayla C. Andrade. Travante Antonio Bax. Antoinette Jasmine Artis. Eric Anthony Barrent. Alexandria Malene Ball. Anthony Sherman Bell, Jr. Jalen Nicole Ballard. Eric Tylen Bobo. Amber Cherie Bain. Deshawn Martez Bonner. Alexa Janelle Battle. AJ Dupre Brandy. April Dejanay Blair. Stefan DeAndre Briggins. Georgette Angel Bolo. Anton Devonte Brown. Keisha Ladae Lachelle Bonner. Devon Anthony Brown. Alexis Darnay Bostic. Darian LaRon Bryant. Kiera Holland Brock. DeMarcus Martez Bryant. Deshauna Marie Brown. Donovan Cordell Bryant. Kristen Elizabeth Clark. Kiera Jamaica Chanel Strauss. Monet Sheree Brown. Ian Michael Bittner. Simone Chantel Brown. Armani Blue Burt. Betsy Marisol Caceres. Daniel Adrian Cage. Jamila Sakil Campbell. Darius Rayshawn Campbell. Courtney Nicole Carr. David Lee William Cheatham. Deja Latrice Chisholm.
Ronald Garrick Rousseau. Samantha Rebecca Christensen. Ji Rin Chin. Jasmine Elizabeth Kristen. Oliver Contreras. Jasmine Laniel Colvin. Samuel Richard Cook. Carla Michelle Cora. David Joseph Croft. Duigu Choskan. Brandon Zamar Daniels. Sierra Monique Croft. Cameron Lee Day Suggs. Brittany Michelle Crumpton. Jamari Amir Dubose. Curlia Bernice Daniels. Jordan William Edwards. Deja Benai Darks. Michael Ryland Edwards. Rebecca Pauline Day. Cortez Martin Elliott. Deshauna Douglas. Jarrell David Foster. Precious Lorraine Dyer. Antonio Galan. Jania Marie Ersley. Miguel Angel Garcia Espinosa. Jasmine Rochelle Edwards. Nicholas Jack George. Kayla Ann Fields. Angelo Michael Gibson, Jr. Brianna Michelle Ford Carter. Jordan Thomas Gotzi. Chelsea Elise Gant. Miles Daniel Goff, Jr. Daisha Siobhan Green. Devon Jovan Goodson. Kanae Regine Greer. Lazarus D.S. Harper. Taylor Nicole Hagans. He Ping He.
Hey, Joe!
Selena Rose Hairston. John David Hendricks. Deja Harris. Joseph Enos Hill. Giovanna Josine Terry Henderson. Shamar James Hooks. Antonia Desiree Hingston. Cameron Rashad Hopkins. Heather Marie Howeiler. Adrian Jamel Horton, Jr. Allison Marie Holtman. Josiah Lee Hubbard. Sahara Aaron Horn. Elijah Lee Hutchinson. Jasmine Monique Howard.
Shantez Rudy Hutchinson. Tatiana Marie Ingram. Jordan Anthony Irby. Alacia Nicole Jackson.
Isa Hamadu Isu.
Danielle Alanis James. Kyle Anthony Jackson. Tyra Bonita Lee James. Martin Ashley Jones II. Tian Tian Jing. Michael Nicholas Jones. Alyssa Rochelle Johnson. Ramon Altez Jones. Gabrielle Ruby Johnson. Jalen Malik Lewis. Jennifer Cindy Joseph Zamis. Tremaine Lamar Lewis Jr. Aku Armel Kudatsi. Andrew McCoy Lip. Aaliyah Jeree Lamb. Luohua Liu. Samantha Jean Landis. Leicester Lowry III. Janelle Candace Lee. Jermaine Deshawn Lunsford. Triana LaRae Lewis. Jonathan Manuel Madrigal. Cabrini Deshelle Littlejohn. Brandon Wallace McGee. Olga Marina Lopez. Devin Lamont Zellers. Jada Kaeris Nicole Lowe. Cameron Joseph Michael McLester. Jamila Nasheed Lunsford. Devin Jermaine Miller Jr. Emily Rose Manera. Sanjay William Nelson. Casey Lynn Marler. Arel Deedward Noble. Marie Carmen Martinez Lugo. Ernest Asante Ofori. Viviana Griselda Mendoza. Ezra Akanyo Owita. Lindsay Simone Lewis. Ron Ping. Ziaja Brielle Mooney. Devin Grant Parker. Adriana Monique Moore. Cody Mason Perkins. Hannah Renee Moore. Richard Anthony Wayne Philpott. Mecca Sudan Muhammad. Artez Ramon Phoenix Jr. Tabitha Deanna Myrick. Tyir Malik Powell. Karen Ngoli Ndidi Onyanwa.
Adrian Jameer Rankin. Danielle Marie Owens. Shavante Devar Wright. Jorlisa Louise Parker. Cameron Arthur Reeves. Imani Julia May Partlow. Jacob Michael Rangers. Kayla Brianna Marie Payne. Darwin David Rhodes. Ayana Nicole Phelps. Malik Deontay Rice. Taylor Monet Powell. Devin Lamont Richard. Brianna Bell Presley. Venitra Lynn Primus. Daniel Timothy Robinson. Haley Lynn Poplin. Brian Alexander Rodriguez. Jerika Nichelle Pugh. Ethan Donald Rasta. Maya Arnell Revis. Kendall Chandler Young. Kiera Ryan Rice. Jinghan Ruan. Javara Lee Richardson. Joshua Ray Shorter. Tamara Dejan Richardson. Phil Jalen Victor Sloan. Tia Dorothy Richardson. Aaron Jacob Smith. Quillen Adonis Roberts. Martin Lavelle Stallworth. Breasia Keishel Robinson. Demetrius Nickshawn Sewsbury. Diamond Alexis Thompson. Ronald James Serber. Charley Arnell Rogers. Trayvon Montrell Richie Teague. Sierra Nicole Rucker. Anthony Stephen Thompson II. Thank you. Joanna Monet Russell. Ji-Shang Wang. Sierra Nicole Scott. Christopher Mishan Watley. Demetria Jordan Simone Sears. Benjamin Tyler Watson. Jana Alexis Shipman. Todd Orlando White. Destiny Genevieve Simmons. Samuel Lee Wiley III. Kirby Aurora Simpson. Shire Juddin Williams. Tamira Danae Smith. Richard Kedre Willis. Sabrina Dominique Soros.
Nikemia Tyree Woods. Daisha Nashay Sewsbury. Qiling Zhang. Ria Marietta Sylvester. Guowei Zing. Blair Oshery Tidwell. Runzia Wu. Ascaline E. Tem. Kaiyuan Zhang. Corlia Nieja Tidwell. Yubing Zhou. Chantel Nicole Taplar. Lori Rochelle Turner. Kayla Aaron Upthegrove. Desiree Wakefield. Jasmine Victoria White. Kiera Charisse White. Makai Danielle White. Marshea Latrice Wiley. Ashley Michelle Williams. Brianna Sinai Williams. Nichelle Catrice Wright. Naisha Amia Wright. Wenjing Wu. Xuan Zhu. Reagan Onye Washington. Sierra Tamia Williams. Takora Barbara Ann Yisrael. Ziyi Zhang.
No, not yet, not yet. Will the class of 2014 please rise? Wait. Go ahead.
Waycross Community Media Archive has community events, sports, civic and school concerts spanning over 3 decades. To order any production from Waycross, visit www.waycross.tv or call 513-825-2429.